My bad. Let's turn on some music for you. So, what we eating on today? Got the Holy Bible. And we also got that Cobra Bible. You see, it's a little ripped up down to the last bits and pieces of the front cover. So, let's look into some scriptures on perfection. If you look into Psalm 45 and 2, it says, Thou art fairer than the children of men. Grace is poured into thy lips. Therefore God hath blessed thee forever. So this is David. He's talking about the perfection of a woman. And then in John 1 and 14, it says, And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, and the glory of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John 19:4 says, Pilate therefore went forth again, and saith unto them, Behold, I bring him forth, that ye may know that I find no fault in him. So they was trying to find imperfections in Christ, but they couldn't find it. Hebrews 2 and 10, For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom we are all things, in bringing many sons into glory, to make captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. So let's see. And this is Christ's perfection. For the law maketh men high priests which have infirmity, but the word of the oath which was since the law maketh the Son who is consecrated forevermore. Hebrews 7:28. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him. Something else right there. The fullness of Christ. We can talk about that. It's 11:24. Let's see. And let's the fullness of Christ explain John 1:16. And in his fullness have all we received, and grace for grace. Ephesians 1:22. And put all things under his feet, and gave him to be the head over all things to the church. Ephesians 1:23. Which is the body, the fullness of him that filleth all in all. Ephesians 4:13. Till we all come in the unity of the faith and all the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. Colossians 1 and 19. For it pleased the Father that in him shall all fullness dwell. Wow. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily. What's up, everybody? What's up? Who's joining? Let's go. back to perfection. And so we talked about Christ's perfection. Let's talk about divine. So it says, He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his ways are judgment. A God of truth and without iniquity. Just and righteous is he. Deuteronomy 32:4. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler for them that trust in him. And then let's see. Complete or whole perfection. There was a man in the lands of Uz whose name was Job. That man was perfect and upright, one that feared and eschewed evil. Let's see what eschew evil means. Eschew means deliberately avoid, abstain from, appeal to the crowd, eschew violence. That's a good word. So look, it says in Colossians 3:14, and above all things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. Matthew 19:21, Jesus said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. James 2:22, seest thou how faith walked his works, by works was made perfect. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body. But whosoever keepeth his word in him, verily is the love of God perfected. Hereby know we that we are in it. No man have seen God at any time. If we love one another, God dwelleth in us, and his love is perfected in us. That's deep. So you can't see, but it's within. Put that to the side for a second. And we're going to read the books of morals and precepts from the Coleman Bible. Man is the Lord of creation and heir to Godhood. He can soar to greatness.
If you're a web designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
He can soar to the greatest heights, but also fall to the lowest depths. No man is wholly good, and no man is wholly evil. The scales are never completely weighed down. Man can be whatsoever he wills, subject to the law. There is no limitation on man's potential achievements. Shoot for the moon and not for the treetops, for nothing is beyond your reach. Did God appear to man on earth, and man cast his spear at him? He would not blast man with wrath, but admire him and for his audacity. Such is the attitude of God towards man. Thus, God has made him. Therefore, it is meet that man should fawn upon him with servility. As an honest man is slow to speak, he fumbles for words and is confused, but his eye is straight. The wily man is quick to speak, his wits forever sharp in constant use. The just God turns a ready ear towards the outcry of the lowly. Therefore, the prayer of the poor man is greater than the might of a sharp weapon, even though he is of no account among the people, his own time, and destitute of fine speech. If you see an aged man staggering with the fullness of potent drink, lend him your arm, that his indignity be lessened. Treat your elders with respect in the presence of their children. Sit not with an older man while the older man stands, or while the weak and afflicted have no seat. It is not so important to give to the poor man as to remove the cause of his poverty. To help the weak is good, but of lesser importance than to attack their oppressor. Dad, you heard that? It says, it is not so important to give to the poor man as to remove the cause of his poverty. To help the weak is good, but of lesser importance than to attack their oppressor. If God hasn't... No, it's alright. I was just showing you that one. You can if you want to. It is not sufficient for a rich man to give to the poor or to alleviate the distress of the needy. He who has received abundance from God doles out of pittance to the poor, does but salve his conscience and not truly walking with him. It is not sufficient for a rich man to give to the poor or to alleviate the distress of the needy. He who, having received abundance from God, doles out a pittance to the poor, does but salve his conscience and is not truly walking with God. Wow. It is the duty of a rich man to cast the weight of the riches in the balances, that goodness may outweigh evil. A rich man is not wicked because of his riches, for this of itself neither makes a man wicked nor makes him good. It is the manner whereby he deals with his riches that determines a man's status. Live in moderate comfort and maintain a position according to your estate. Stint not in the acquisition of learning and things of beauty. Shun ostentation and publicity, for these are props of the weakling. The riches which exceed your modest requirements are superfluous and to your welfare. It is the dealings with the superfluous that will be judged. Let not your generosity be hampered by the riches you have. Rejoice in their possession, for if used for good, your pleasure is without blame. But he who stores up riches beyond his needs puts them to no good use, swathes his soul in the wrappings of death. Something else.